Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be watching Manchester Storm versus the Sheffield Steelers. From what I can tell online, this is the final game of both of the teams' cup run for the group stage. Sheffield Steelers, I believe, have qualified top of their group, and Manchester Storm don't have a chance of going through now. So it's a bit of a nothing game in a way. Some added context, despite this being a cup game, the Manchester Storm are currently above the Steelers in the league. I believe the Storm are second in the league right now, and the Sheffield Steelers are fifth. The Steelers have definitely done better than the Storm in the cup. The added context to the whole season is that despite Manchester Storm finishing 11th last year, they are above the Steelers right now. During the off-season, Manchester Storm hired their former captain, Cameron Klitschko. I want to say that's how you say his name. And since then, in the league at least, have been doing a lot better. There's a chance that they've just not particularly seen the cup as important, and to see the improvements in the league, that's possible. Comparatively, last year, the Sheffield Steelers finished second. They got knocked out of the playoffs by their fierce rivals, the Nottingham Panthers. And last year in the cup, they got knocked out at the semi-final round by the Cardiff Devils. So I feel like last year was probably very much a disappointing year for Sheffield. And as a team that even I know is big in British ice hockey, they're probably looking to bounce back this year and at least, do well in the cup or do well in the league. So with that context, despite today's game not being too important for the cup, since both teams' fates are destined already, the importance is probably playing, Sheffield getting into a good rhythm for the rest of the season, Manchester seeing if they can, face a juggernaut in the Steelers with their new manager in the cup to take confidence into the league, where they've clearly put their priorities this season. So with that, I'll see you guys at the ice rink.
But it's always a surprise it's always a surprise when the tide comes in, But it's always a surprise it's always a surprise when you call again, when you call again. But it's always a surprise it's always a surprise when the tide comes in,
Okay, it's now the next day after the Manchester Storm Sheffield Steelers game. Let's get right into the talking point, which is the fact that the game was cancelled after the second period due to a hole in the ice. While I understand these things happen and there's not really anything they could have done to prevent it, I think the communication from the team inside the arena was pretty poor. they left people sat there for an hour and 45 minutes with minimal entertainment and minimal communication on what was going on, other than them saying they were extending the break for 20 minutes. That's at least all I can remember them communicating, which to me is pretty poor. So the game actually did finish after the second period. Sheffield Steelers won 2-1. All three of the goals were scored in the second period. The Steelers took advantage of Manchester having two players in the sin bin, and that's when they scored their two goals, and then Manchester got one back quite quickly after, but I didn't see them getting back into it in the third period anyway. I thought the Steelers probably would have gone on to win maybe 3-1. Overall, it was a good experience, a nice friendly atmosphere. I liked that the Steelers fans were segregated but not limited, so they were still able to walk around the arena. They were still able to interact with the Storm fans, but they were separated so that they could create that atmosphere. I thought that was quite an innovative way to, foster that atmosphere, but keep the family nature of the sport. I'd definitely go back to the ice hockey. I know a lot of my friends love it, so I'm willing to go back for them. And the sport itself is very fun, fast-paced, and relatively easy to understand. There's no real, crazy rules which make you question what's going on. It's very much just get the puck into the goal and then a few extra rules that you should be aware of. Overall, good experience. Just a shame that the game got cancelled after the second period. We'll see what sort of statement Manchester Storm put out when they put it out, to see if they can compensate the fans that went there. But mainly, in my opinion, the Sheffield Steelers fans who have made the trek from Sheffield to come and see the game and only see so much of it and then have their time wasted in that hour and 45 minutes, sorry. I'll see you in the next one. We're going to go and see Manchester City away at Swansea in the week. That'll be a lot of fun. I'll see you then in a bit.